Hey guys, what's up? You got Dom back again, and I'll be bringing you episode 2 of our Pokemon Sun and Moon competitive analysis series with Solgaleo as a star today, no pun intended. I actually think that it might be able to stay in OU just because its stats aren't too crazy, and it kind of reminds me of Hoopa but in a more balanced way. Let's get into that a little bit. Let's take a look at its stats real quick. It's got base 137 HP, 137 attack, 107 defense, 113 special attack, 89 SPDF, and 97 speed. Base 97 speed makes it outspeed things like Kyurem Black. It will not be outspeeding things like Mega Gardevoir and Mega Zard, so it's in a iffy speed tier, I guess. It would be really nice to be over base 100, but because it's so slow compared to a lot of the more potent threats in the tier, I think this will be function as a really nice wall breaker, but this is another reason I don't think it should be banned to Ubers, just because of the speed tier, as well as the move pool, which we'll get into later. The SPDF and the HP combined actually let it be an absolutely amazing switch in, for example, Latios' Draco Meteors. I ran a calc and it would only be doing 40 to 48% with a minus SPDF nature and no investment. So imagine if you wanted to run AV or something on this, it'd be absolutely amazing. Just to come in, get off big hits, take big hits, and then just switch out. The special attack stat actually lets it function as a viable special attacker. 113 is not bad at all, especially because of the versatile special moves that it gets. It can actually put in a little bit of work, as well as getting Calm Mind. So we've got defense 107, and paired with this 137 base HP, that's going to be taking a lot of hits really well. And of course, base 137 attack is nothing to frown at all. It's actually pretty high. Sunsteel Strike being base 100 steel type is pretty much a hyperspace fury coming from Hoopa, but not quite as powerful. But still, the base power is really nice for just getting off big clean hits for things that don't resist it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first set that I came up with. This would be running Life Orb or Lefties and having a nature if you wanted to be more of a wall breaker functionality, perhaps like Adamant, or a minus defense neutral to special attack nature if you wanted to run T-Bolt for bulky waters. But generally, just this set is going to be running Sunsteel Strike as its main stab. Base 100, it'll get off really nice damage. It'll do pretty nice damage even on Landers coming in, and it has a potential to Oko things like Latios. It Okos Tyranitar. It's just a really nice stab, reliable stab. Flare Blitz for things like Ferrothorn, because the thing about Mega Metagross, it has the same typing, but the main thing that stops Mega Metagross is its lack of a clean way besides Hammer Arm, which makes it slow afterwards to get rid of Ferrothorn and other steel types. You can also run Fire Blast alternatively if you don't want to take the recoil, which is probably suggested here just because Fire Blast is still coming from a really nice special attack stat, and it's going to be able to hit pretty hard. It's not stab, but it's still really nice to have a steel type that's not Heat Ran that can fire off Fire Blasts like that. We've got Zen Headbutt as its other reliable stab just to hit on the other end of the spectrum. This would be nice against bulky poison types or just anything that resists steel. And then we finally have Earthquake for things like Heat Ran. Alternatively, you can run Stone Edge for things that you want to hit that are in the air, a little bit harder than Zen Headbutt or Sunsteel Strike will. And you also get T-Bolt if you're having problems with bulky water types, which bulky waters are probably going to be the main counter to this thing. Unfortunately, this thing does not get solid physical fighting coverage. It actually doesn't get any fighting coverage on the physical side at all, so that's actually going to hinder its set on the physical side. And again, these are all reasons why I'm thinking it can be an OU, because it's not broken in the sense that it has some move that it can just spam and like take lives like Hoopa did. It doesn't have an obscenely high attack stat, because you can't really say 137 is too high to be having in this tier, because Mega Lopunny is way faster and it has access to this and a higher base power stab and return and high jump kick. Flare Blitz gives it really nice coverage, but all that's going to do is whittle it down. So again, not really made for Ubers. Stone Edge, Earthquake, and T-Bolt are interchangeable coverage moves, but at most you'll have to be wondering like, what is Solgaleo going to do? Earthquake, Stone Edge, T-Bolt, yada yada. It gets Focus Blast too, but it's not really worth running Focus Blast on a set like this where you have a chance to miss and it doesn't have a fully invested special attack stat behind it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next set. So let's get into the second set I made. This is going to be a special attacking set. Again, lefties are life orb. This set is going to be a lot less viable than the physical set just because it doesn't have immediate Oko potential. Flash Cannon and Psychic are just stabs. Obviously things are weak to this, but you're not really going to see many things weak to Steel, in the sense that like Dark Spam would be a little bit better, and Psychic and Psyshock having low base power aren't going to be reliable for picking up kills, but they're the best option it has. Fire Blast is going to be really good at getting rid of other Steel types, such as Ferrothorn and Focus Blast for things like Heat Rain. You can also run EQ alternatively if you want to do this. This set I wouldn't really recommend for using an OU, and definitely not in Ubers, just because it's lacking in the power to get immediate kills, but it would be really nice if you're in draft format, for example, and you need something to be a surprise because people will be expecting a physical set, but you bring special. It can also be a cleaner, but again, it's a low speed, makes it really hard to function as a cleaner. Obviously, with the special and the physical sets, you can easily run a Scarf set, but again, Scarf isn't really going to be the best because it's lacking in the power to pick up Okos and the coverage to pick up Okos and be that big of a threat. Lefties, I think, might be a little bit better here, or even an AV set for this, just because yes, Life Orb does add damage to it, but it's not enough damage again to get Okos. Lefties helps to keep it healthy, and with that base 137 stat, it can actually take hits pretty nicely. AV alternatively would let you be able to eat up hits, you just wouldn't be able to recover here. HP Ice is for Landorus and Garchomp because Bulky Chomp will get Oko'd by this if you have the Life Orb, not with lefties unfortunately, and Landorus T also has a chance to be knocked out with the Life Orb on it, but not with lefties. Again, it's weird that having such a high special attack stat, it's not really able to transfer in a way that's, I guess, viable and OU to be getting the kills. Like, it just always comes down to the same thing. It can't get Okos, and that is again another reason why I don't think it will be banned to Ubers. I think we will be using this bad boy in OU. Let's go ahead and go to the last set. This is my favorite set of the three that I did. Like I said before, the first two aren't able to pick up those kills that you need them to, but this set reminds me of Reuniclus. It's actually 27 more points and HP than Reuniclus has. It's a little bit weaker on the special attack side, but it's got higher base stats in both defenses, so this will be even harder to kill than Reuniclus. Think about how hard Reuniclus is to kill. This is even harder. It's got Morning Sun, which unfortunately has 8 less PP than Recover. Calm Mind, Psychic, or Psyshock, or Focus Blast. This is the same coverage pretty much as Reuniclus. It's kind of like the same exact set, but it's just more bulk, and I really believe that it will be able to handle this kind of set more, just because, like I said, it has more bulk right off the bat. You can run probably less bulk on this and more speed if you wanted to, as opposed to Reuniclus. Obviously Reuniclus isn't outspeeding anything, but just because it has that extra added bulk, you can kind of finagle with the EVs if you want. I really think this set can be really viable in OU, and like I said, I don't think Solgaleo belongs in Ubers. It's going to be a niche Pokemon. I don't think it's even going to be that high in usage. It is bulky, but not being able to get off those kills that it needs to, unless you're running like Bandit or Specs perhaps, is really going to hurt it, as well as that speed tier. But I'm actually happy about that, because it's not often that you see, if ever, yeah, never actually ever has a box legendary been able to be used in OU. Normally they get banned straight to Ubers, and this thing just looks so cool, and it's really nice to have an official Sunline that I can use whenever I want and not just have to use as a gimmick in Ubers every now and again. So I'm really looking forward to when Sun and Moon comes out, and we shall see it in action. On paper, it looks like it'd be comfortable in OU. Who knows, after we use it, we might find out it's broken for whatever reason, but I'm expecting to be in OU. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed making the video. More will be coming. I might even have some guests on with me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you'll have a great day. Please leave a like and subscribe if you did. I'm out. Peace.